Welcome to Mr. Beefy's Boxing, or just Beefy's Boxing, where we cover all kinds of boxing news and boxing subjects, where we have the meats by the pounds and covers the fights by the rounds. Before we jump into the video, be sure to like and subscribe so we can get the channel out to as many as possible. Now, on to today's topic. Wow, what a card this was. This was honestly, it was well worth the money, and oh my god, it was nail biting. Let's get into this. Oh, it was great. So before they got into the main event and all that, the main card, they start mentioning crossover fights with Ali and everybody like after that, but they failed to mention the Chuck Webner versus Andre the Giant fight. I just thought that was kind of disrespectful to not mention that one after listing every other one after it. Anyways, the first fight was Lampin versus Tani, and this was a shocker. So like round one, they both came out very aggressive at both ends, and they was pretty much even most of the round. You could edge the first round a little bit to Lampin. Round two, Tani controlled the middle of the ring. Lampin tripped, but he recovered and kind of just sniped Tani from the outside. But Tani ended up landing some pretty hard shots and a few like good hard like body shots. And Tani, he threw a few hard rights right around the end of it. Round three, Tani controlled the first minute from the inside of the ring, and Lampin, he threw a few decent jabs and jumped around the ring a lot. Tani catches Lampin, and he ends up getting him with some strong like body shots, and leading from the body, he goes straight to the head, busting Lampin's nose. Round four, Tani opens with a hard left and drops Lampin, but he recovers just to get chased down and put down with a body shot. Once again, he recovers, but then Tani just jumps on him with another hard body shot and making like an opening for a straight right to Lampin's face, and it ended the match. The next fight, Haruta versus Solomon, that was, you just gotta love Haruta. She's just adorable. Everything about her. I can't wait to see more fights, and if, she fights Fundora, that'll be baller. So round one, Harada came out really fast with some jabs, and Solomon landed some nice rights, but Harada kept the fight at bay mostly with double jabs, and just really kept that energy for a long time. Round two, they both opened up trading with each other. Harada landed a nice combo on Solomon, but she ended up answering with a hard right. Harada answered almost every shot that Solomon threw with two or more right back at her. A small knot did show to form like right on Solomon's head. And then like round three came, and Harada came out with a just flurry, causing Solomon to like panic and lock up with her. Solomon landed some good straight rights, but Harada just basically controlled the fight with countering her, like continuously countering her, good counters and jabs. Round four, Harada pulls a nice slip and counter and feints and puts a lot of pressures on like Solomon with multiple shots. Solomon does land a nice 1-2. That's about it for that round. Round five comes around and they trade back and forth, and it's a nice showing. You just gotta love the spirit they both had. Solomon lands a big right, but Harada ends up regaining control just with jabs. Round six, Harada comes out with some flurries and starts smothering Solomon. Solomon tries to land with some rights. A few of them do land, but Harada basically just maintained control. Round seven, slower round for Harada. She did good with some body shots. They both moved around a lot, but the outside was pretty much controlled by Solomon. But Harada was doing a good job with the jabs and pretty much nullified anything that Solomon could answer with. Round eight, they both open up trading, and Solomon lands a hard right. They start trading back and forth, and Solomon eventually lands a few more rights and slightly stuns Harada. But Harada, she recovers a little bit, she survives, but you still have to give probably that's like the best round for Solomon. and Harada starts getting, it looks like a black eye. Round 9, Harada comes out with some combos, straight serving Solomon a plate, 1-2 and a biscuit, just all over. And Solomon tries to land a right, but it gets evaded. Harada maintains control most of the round. Round 10, Solomon starts with some hard rights, but Harada blocks and counters almost all of them. It seemed like every time Solomon would start throwing a shot, Harada would answer with 2 before they would land. By this point, it looked pretty one-sided. Harada had won pretty comfortably. Now, Sanchez versus Torres, holy hell, that was a fight, and I'm in awe, and I have so many questions about it. But round 1, Torres came out fast with a lot of feints and just pawing around. Torres went for the body a lot, which I liked. Sanchez landed a good right when Torres went in for the body shot. And eventually Torres lands a hard right within the last 30 seconds when he ended up getting Sanchez in the corner. It looked like an uppercut was just waiting to come. Round 2, Sanchez lands a hard right hook right when Torres bent forward to throw a punch, and it flattens Torres. Complete KO, no need to count, and it looked like there was swelling forming right up under his eye. Amazing knockout, complete upset, at least in my eyes. I was thinking Torres, he was the young buck, and I thought he was going to be able to do a number on Sanchez, but wow, it makes me wonder, why didn't he try like that against, or put that effort in against Caballel, or am I just sleeping on Caballel? The next fight, Giasov versus Catterall. Wow, once again, another shocker. Round 1, Giasov, he pops Catterall with a nice right, and it lightly stumbles him. Catterall recovers and ends up dropping Giasov with a left. Catterall tries to rush him, but Giasov ends up recovering. Catterall does land a few more straight lefts, and some of them are just really long and straight. It looks like just very easy to punish, but it doesn't happen. Round 2, Catterall opens up with some straights right to the body, and Giasov, he does a lot of just pawing. Catterall continues landing some good body shots. They both throw single shots for a long time, up until the last 15 seconds, where Giasov lands a decent right. Round 3, Catterall, he stays outside the range and lands some decent single shots. Giasov, he ends up pawing around, eventually getting hit in the body, looks like a liver shot, and he starts covering his side for the last minute. Catterall caught Giasov with a lunging straight left, and Giasov seemed pretty much just like neutralized. He wasn't able to do anything from this point on. Round 4, Giasov is kept outside the range of Catterall until he eventually gets popped by Catterall when he gets caught on the ropes, and then he gets socked by a few good single shots from Catterall. Giasov eventually gets back at Catterall and gets him on the back foot for the first time in a while in this fight. Catterall answers eventually last minute with another left, and last 10 seconds Giasov landed a 3-4 hit combo, best round for him so far. Round 5, Catterall just came out aggressive, landing 2 strong lefts. Giasov, he ends up answering with a right the moment Catterall went low. Catterall gets back control and lands a few lefts, slowing him down a bit. The last 5 seconds, Giasov gets Catterall cornered and lands a combo on him. It's a decent round for him, but Catterall still landed the better shots. Round 6, they trade for a minute, but Catterall starts landing the harder lefts and better shots. Giasov, he withstands the storm and answers back, but just not as strong and not as fierce, and his nose looks to be busted at this point. Catterall regains control from the outside of the ring, eventually landing a good body shot. It looks like Giasov's eyes are getting bruised, a little busted, and the nose is definitely bleeding at this point. Round 7, Catterall opens with some straights to the body, and Giasov, he just paws around. Catterall eventually pops him with a left right to the face. Giasov, he tries to pressure Catterall to the corner, and he lands a few good hits, but Catterall gets out. The last 10 seconds they trade, and I think Giasov, he gets the worst of it, and it looks like a possible mouse is forming under Catterall's right eye. Round 8, the first minute is slow until Catterall lands a left hook to the body. Giasov throws a few back, but is hesitant at this point and gets countered a lot. The fight slows down, and it mostly becomes just pokes from afar. Round 9, same as past rounds. Giasov is unable to do anything, and Catterall just keeps sniping the body. Giasov does land an okay right the last 20 seconds, and it just seems like he has no answer. Round 10, Catterall opens up with a high and then low body shot. Catterall gets back out of range and keeps Giasov guessing with pokes. Catterall throws wide left hooks, and he throws one that's just really wide and open, fucking very open to get punished, but he doesn't. They trade at the very end. Giasov ends up slipping. He doesn't get knocked down. Round 11, Giasov opens with a good combo. They trade, but once again, Giasov ends up slipping. Catterall, he regains control from the outside, and there's just small trades up until the end. Round 12 comes along, and it's pretty simple. Catterall works the outside. Giasov, he eventually gets Catterall on the ropes and lands a few shots and a good right. But Catterall, he starts sniping the body, throws some 1-2s here and there. He easily wins it. Shiraz versus Bejic. That was a good fight too. Once again, shocking on... Well, you know what? No, if you know Shiraz, it wasn't shocking. Round 1, Shiraz opens with a 1-2, and Bejic is kept on the outside by Shiraz's jabs. Shiraz lands a nice double jab and then leads it into the body. Nothing happens much more of any significance until the last 30 seconds, where Shiraz lands a double left-handed uppercut. Looked nice. Round 2, Shiraz opens with a left-handed uppercut. They lean in, and Shiraz lands once again with another uppercut, and then 3 or 4 quick lefts, and Bejic recovers, but around the last minute, Bejic is almost stopped by a flurry of hooks, like 6 of them. Then within the last 40 seconds, Shiraz lands a body shot, putting Bejic on the ground. He starts to get up, and as soon as he gets up, he goes back down. It's a KO. It looks like the uppercuts and the hooks just did a number on him. And it seems at this point, the left body shot has taken down or dropped most fighters tonight or during this card. It's pretty astonishing to see. Next, the main event, Rico versus Usyk. Fucking A, this was a nail biter. Round 1, Rico rushes Usyk and gets some good shots. Usyk recovers, plays safe until he gets hit by the right hand to the body, and it kind of sends Usyk back. It's very impressive to see the power behind Rico. Round 2, Rico tries to maul Usyk. Usyk peppers Rico with some shots from the outside, and Usyk lands 2 good uppercuts. Rico gets Usyk on the rope and lands a 3-4 hits on Usyk, like 3-4 rights. It was wow. Round 3, Rico hits a little low and acknowledges it. Rico then goes on to land a nice right on Usyk. Usyk lands a hard cross hit on Rico. Round 4, Rico lands a good right, rushes Usyk, and unloads on the body. Usyk finally gets out of it and opens Rico up with an uppercut, and then throws some wide shots. The wider shots start landing very well on Rico, but Usyk, he doesn't stick to it very long. Usyk starts picking up, though it seems, and knocks out Rico's mouthpiece with an uppercut. Round 5, both of them trade hooks and crosses, and they both work out the jab. All around the ring, they're just throwing out jabs. It was really nice to see how Rico, he learned, like the jab, that is a key. It's crazy how Wilder could not learn that. Last minute, Rico lands a nice double jab. Round 6, Usyk opens him up with some uppercuts. They lock up, and Rico starts just unloading on the body to Usyk, landing some really good shots. They both played with jabs most of the round. The last 5 seconds, Rico landed a good body shot again. Round 7, Rico opens up with some nice jabs. Usyk starts clubbing him with some rights and some lefts. Rico answers back and rocks Usyk with a hook. Usyk trades it out with Rico. They both rock each other with hard body shots. It looks very bad for Usyk at this point. Most people have him down on the cards for sure. Round 8, Usyk lands a clubbing hook in the first 20 seconds. Rico rushes Usyk's back, and Usyk just clubs him with some lefts and rights. Usyk catches Rico with a nice uppercut. Then the last 10 seconds, Usyk landed an even harder uppercut. Round 9, Usyk opens with an uppercut, and Rico rushes him, clubs Usyk to the head and to the body. Rico lands hard shots, and Usyk stumbles. Both of them end up playing safe the rest of the round because Usyk starts trading back with Rico, and I guess there's a respect of power at this point. Round 10, Usyk opens up, peppering Rico. So Rico tries to rush Usyk and starts just mauling him with body shots. Rico lands hard shots, pushing Usyk back. Usyk tries to rush Rico and hits him with some hard combos, rocking him. Last 10 seconds, Rico lands some good shots to Usyk's head. Round 11, here's some controversy, or people are going to try to make up some controversy. Both played it safe the first minute. Usyk landed some hard shots after that. Both traded some shots peppering each other. Usyk baits Rico and drops him with an uppercut. The referee doesn't stop the clock and uses the time to give Rico the mouthpiece. Some people were calling that out, but eventually Usyk rushes him and the referee stops it. People instantly started calling foul, like it was a bullshit stoppage. And watching the replay, the slow motion of it, at first I thought it was a rush stoppage, but re-seeing it, Usyk lands six clear shots, and there's no response from Rico. After 4 or 5 shots, I agree there should be a stoppage, and that was one of those. He landed 6 clear ones, so I'm okay with that. But it said a lot. This fight was very shocking. Is age catching up to Usyk? Is the weight, the extra poundage he added, did that slow him down? He seemed very, very flat-footed and slow compared to the way he usually fights, and he didn't seem as active. I don't know, it was very worrisome. I was on the edge most of the fight. Anyways, let me know below, what do you guys think? Well, that was the final bell. The video is coming to an end. Before we end the video, I gotta say one more time, thank you so much for watching. Remember everybody, it's all about attitude. There is no progress without struggle, so stay in there. I've been your host, Mr. Beefy, and you all have been fantastic.
Sit back and listen to the beef. Oh, oh.